Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Carter Hour via live stream. Hey, well, I wanted to do kind of a randomized vlog of Ubiquities and YouTube. So, up there, you see that, and I meant to do a video about this like months and months and months ago, but that's an actual Ubiquiti AC Pro. So it's an Access Point Pro. I have 3 of these throughout the house, and that's what I use to live stream to you guys, is that device right there. And it kind of looks like a smoke detector, but it's really cool because it's got this blue ring, and it's kind of like a night light at night, so it lights up my hallway, so access 2 purposes, I guess. What's also cool about those is you can VLAN and have several different networks. You can connect to several different networks via VLAN and one Ethernet cable. So I'll go ahead and we'll go in the dark here because, you know, we're damn near winter time, so we get a little dark a little early. But there's another one right there, and that's on the other side of the house, and that's an AC AP Pro as well. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the house and see how good, you know, the Wi-Fi is. And then I have one in my garage as well. I've been using Ubiquities now for, oh God, probably about a year. And I've really enjoyed the fact that they work really, really well. I mean, I've had a lot of experience with Wi-Fi, but I'll tell you, they work really, really well. And right now I'm walking around the house. I can get Wi-Fi all the way to the end of my driveway, and it works really, really well. So yeah, so I wanted to test that out. And you know what I like about the Ubiquities? They're not that expensive. You're going to pay more for one of these types of routers than you would for like a couple of Ubiquiti access points and building out a firewall yourself. So anyways, I know I haven't been doing a vlog in a couple of days, but it says I have a very bad connection. Let's see if we can. I don't know if it's because I'm switching. Hopefully it's come back online. It's usually what it does is it's supposed to switch like a cell phone tower, and it does it well, but we'll see if it gets us going back in the right direction. Doesn't help that I probably have aluminum siding on my house either. So anyway, I wanted to, sorry guys if this is coming out really bad. Hopefully we'll get back online. It's saying very bad connection because it's doing the switching between each access point, because when I walked around the house, it would hit from one access point to the next, and it's like a cell phone, right? So what it's usually supposed to do is hand off the connection to the next one, and then it's supposed to be seamless, which it is, but maybe not for live streaming. So what I wanted to talk about today was I got a survey from YouTube, and they said, well, we'd like you to take this survey because I'm a YouTube partner. And they said, don't hold back. And so I took the survey, and my God, it was like 22 million questions. And I gave it to them straight. I said, you know, YouTube is not the platform I started on. You guys have induced high regulations. You haven't allowed creators to be creative. And I feel that holds me back. That holds me back to do what I want to do. I mean, you've got people that are, you can't use music in your videos. You can't even do a sample of anything in your videos anymore because they've got people screening all of these. It's to the point where, I've got to come up with something to keep you guys viewing. And I don't know what I can come up with because I'm not, like I said, I'm not the ideas guy here. I want to make sure that everybody's happy with the content. But I told YouTube, I said, you guys have so many regulations now, and you allow Hollywood and all these other dimwits to control what creators put out there. Why doesn't YouTube just buy a master license and allow their creators and share a couple cents in the monetization? I don't care. But let me be creative. Let me include music and let me include what I want to include, because that's what got my spark started for YouTube. Was I could do these things. I could, do whatever, create a video however I wanted to create it. And unfortunately now that is not the case. I got the neighbors, kids going crazy. They're like 3 sisters, and I don't think they get along very well. But it's to the point where, I don't know what to say, in fact. But YouTube has become a place where people have learned. And I put out a couple of videos where people have been so grateful that they've been able to save some money, and I love that. I absolutely love that. But I would like to be more creative in the editing portion, be able to include some music, or be able to include, maybe some samples of something or other, to be able to do that. And unfortunately, I cannot do that. Because then they'll take my monetization away. And you know what they do? They take your monetization away, and then you still see ads on my video if it has music in it. Then we're talking about years back. That money doesn't go to me. That goes to Hollywood. That goes to Hollywood. They go ahead and steal, and then they take your creation and make it their own because you used 10 seconds of their musical clips in the fucking video. Excuse my language, but people take their time out of their day to make creative videos. And when YouTube does these things, it hurts the creators. And I see there's a lot of other platforms coming out. Like you got Vimeo. There's a few other ones coming out, but I don't stay up to date on those things. But, I started, like I said, about 9 years ago doing these videos. And, what do you do now? What do you do to, I'm just trying to find the words, to subside and to make good videos. So I'm not the greatest at making videos. I'll be honest with you there. But... but the survey was like never ending, and I honestly told them what I thought, and hopefully they change their attitudes. Hopefully they change the way they do things for the better. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, going back to the Ubiquities now, I just had that thought of YouTube coming into my mind, but so I started using these Ubiquities about a year ago, and they're the coolest Wi-Fi access point ever. They're really cheap. So if you want like good Wi-Fi coverage, then you can do that, and you install the controller. It's got a Mac controller, it's got a Windows controller. You can buy CloudKey. CloudKey is basically just a little microcomputer you plug into one of your power over Ethernet slots in your switch, and that gives you the control to make the changes. But what's cool about it is it's got central management. So if you're making one change, it's propagated to all of your Ubiquiti devices. So you don't have to go from one to the other to make those changes. Everything is within, it's ubiquitous. That's our word for the day, is ubiquitous. So, you know, basically, I had really good luck with the Ubiquitis. And they also make, you know, you can't run any wires or anything. They make something called Amplify. It's the same technology. I guess it didn't want me to start talking about product placement. Said, you've been disconnected. Please reconnect to go live. Okay, so we're live again. So anyways, they make something called Amplify, and it's really cool because you can take these access points and plug them into your outlets, and you know, you plug them in. I do them in a triangle, so it's kind of like, you know, gives you a nice good center, but also gives you a lot of perimeter Wi-Fi access as well. And you know, the router is a Wi-Fi access point, and then these two access points, and you can control it all with your smartphone. That's how you set it up, actually. It's very easy for anybody to set up, but it uses the Ubiquiti technology within the Amplify box so that person can take advantage of the mesh networking. That's what they call it, mesh networking, and which is really cool. So mesh networking has become a big thing in the last couple of years, and Ubiquiti has really refined it. And what I like about Ubiquiti too is they don't spend all this money on marketing. They literally spend the minimal amount of money on marketing so that they can invest money into a good product. And I haven't had any problems with my Ubiquitis, not one. And I've actually installed a couple Amplifies in a couple of different customers' homes. They love them. They wouldn't go back. And I'm not endorsing. This is not an endorsement or anything. I'm just saying my experience. And then a couple of friends of mine also picked up the Ubiquiti access points and just lay them down on their desk, and they work. They cover their whole house because they bought one of those long range ones. In my garage, there was a long range one in there. It's going to be its first winter out here. I don't know how it's going to hold up in the cold weather, but so far it seems like it's still online, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, I just wanted to do a quick vlog here. You know, I'm trying to catch up, and but I wanted to tell you guys about that YouTube survey. That was, hopefully they change their platform. Hopefully they don't, you know, they don't want to restrict people from freedom of expression. You know, because it's unfortunate that they do those things. All right, ladies and gents, for another edition of the Carter Hour, coming to you live on November 11th, 2017 at, well, 4:24 p.m. It is a cold day in Michigan, and hopefully you guys, if you're in a warm climate, hopefully you guys are staying warm. If you're not, then stay warm, and we'll catch you on another edition. All right, ladies and gents, take care and have a great Saturday.